Good afternoon guys and welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the best beginner mods for any Jeep. Now this is kind of a follow up from a video I posted last week on what to look for when buying a Jeep Wrangler. I'll leave that video just up here if you guys want to check it out. But today we'll be going over a few mods that are nice and cost effective that anybody could do at home. Because you don't really want to be dropping another $5 on a Jeep you've just bought. But these mods will make your Jeep stand out, make it a little bit more personal to you, and make it a little bit more different than any other Jeep on the road. So I'll be going over the first couple of mods, then the last mod I reckon that everybody should do, which I think is probably my favourite mod, and it's the cheapest, it's 100% free. Then also at the end I'll be asking your guys' opinion on a few things to do with the channel, where I like the channel to grow, so I'd just like to get you guys' opinions on that as well, which will be awesome. But if you guys got anything to add at any time, if you think the mods I'm talking about don't deserve to be in this video, or I've missed something that does deserve to be in this video, just drop it in the comments. Love reading you guys' comments as always. And if you like these videos, smash the subscribe button just down here. Also hit that like button as well. It's going to help out the channel in a massive way and allow us to grow so we can create better videos for you guys. So let's get on to the best beginner mods. Alright, so the first beginner mod is something that you guys suggested. Well, about 90% of you guys suggested this in a poll, which is tyres and wheels. Now you don't necessarily need to buy new rims, you can use the stock ones and just get bigger tyres. So I'm running a 31 10 50 15 on like a 15x7, but the factory tyres are quite thin and narrow. I think they're like a 245 70 15, so 31 is a nice upgrade. These brand new, about $125 each, so about $600 for a nice full set of nice bigger tyres. Now you don't need to run mud terrains, depending on what kind of four-wheel driving you want to be doing. I just do a lot of beach driving and highway driving, so nice set of all-terrains that won't break the budget. But you can also buy second-hand. Don't knock second-hand whatsoever. I saw a set of pretty much the exact same setup as what I'm running here. It had about 60% tread left on it, and they were $100 for 5 tyres and wheels, which is an awesome price. So just don't discount second-hand. Have a look for second-hand first. If you can't, brand new, $125, which is really cheap. But don't be that person that buys bigger tyres, 35s, 37s on different wheels and then runs a stock spare. You don't want to be that guy. So make sure you guys upgrade your spare tyre as well, or if you guys can't afford it, just remove it for the time being, because unfortunately you guys will be laughed at if you're running a much smaller tyre than what you're running on the Jeep. And if you get a flat tyre, it makes sense having a full size spare, just so you guys get a flat tyre out on the trails, you can actually get home. So that's the first mod, and I reckon I agree with you guys, definitely one of the best first mods, and it's a nice cheap one as well. So the second one, which is actually really cheap as well. So my Jeep didn't come with any carpet, but I recommend anyone that wants to use the Jeep for four-wheel driving, whether it be beach driving or just mud driving, remove your carpet and actually wrap line it. It gives it a nice textured finish so your feet don't slip around. But it's so much easier to clean when you've got no carpet. You don't have to worry about stains, you don't have to worry about it going mouldy, you don't have to worry about it getting wet when you've got the roof off. So much easier. After Go Topless Day, my barber Justin just hosed out the inside of his Jeep. All you got to do is remove these bungs just here. You can hose it out and just get on with your day. I like the look of carpet, don't get me wrong. So what I did, which is a great mod, is actually use marine grade carpet inside your Jeep. This can get wet, it won't go mouldy, it won't smell, and it's also stain resistant as well, which is a great upgrade for any Jeep, especially if you're going to do a lot of Go Topless Days and stuff like that. This is awesome and it's cheap. It's about $30 for the entire Jeep, which is really cheap. I think you can get like bedrug, which is sort of the same material. I think it's like $350 for an entire Jeep. So $30 from Bunnings for marine carpet. Most people use this for boats, but I use it for my Jeep because why not? Then I also just got a nice set of rubber floor mats to kind of keep the mess contained in here. Just take these out, hose them off, scrub them down, and it's done. But also, you can just take these out. Hose them down, rub them down, and it's nice and clean again. Also, next mod is a nice set of waterproof seat covers. Now I actually went the next step again. and use Bowden's own Fab Protection, which is like a hydrophobic spray. You just let it set, and these are fully water resistant. Water will just bead off. And I did the same thing on my soft top as well. So the soft top is water resistant with a hydrophobic coating on top. But seat covers, definitely a good upgrade. The factory seats, they look a bit old. I think they went like the same pattern from like the 90s, which just look a bit old, look a bit crappy. So nice set of seats, nice set of seat covers, sorry, will make the inside of your Jeep look a bit more modern. I went for black and grey, and these are just eBay ones, but they're nice and thick, a nice thick padding, which makes them nice, which makes it a lot softer on long trips as well. But definitely a nice set of waterproof seat covers is a must for any Jeep. So moving on to the next mod. Majority of the time when you buy your Jeep, it'll probably come with a stock bumper. And don't get me wrong, the stock bumpers aren't bad, but they come with like a little plastic capping bit here. This is an aftermarket 2-bar, but the stock ones, I'll probably put a video just here, but they come with like a little plastic bit here for the ones in the States, and the ones in Australia come with like a little plastic cover here, which looks stupid. Might be for a window or something, but take those off. What it will do, it will shorten it up, gets rid of plastic on like a steel bar, which looks stupid, but it will knock it off about here, make it a little bit stubbier. Majority of the time it's probably all scratched up anyway and faded, just because Jeeps are getting old and they get bashed around, which is fine. But you can also wrap line them as well, like I did on the inside of the Jeep, which is really cheap. I just use a can of spray and wrap liner, or you can buy these. These cheap bars came on the Jeep when I bought it, but I have seen them for sale for about $50 for chrome ones, but you shouldn't run chrome on a Jeep, it looks stupid. Sorry for anybody that runs chrome on a Jeep, but I don't like it, but that's each their own. But $50 for chrome ones, and I think $100 for black ones, exactly the same as these. So it's definitely a nice upgrade from the factory bars, but even the factory bars look quite nice as well. So the next one is, but the factory bars look alright as well, but you can also find steel bars online on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen them go for like $150, $200 for a nice like semi-built bar. It's a bit bashed up, a bit faded, but as I said, just repaint it. Cheap can of spray paint, it's probably going to get knocked around anyway. Then if you knock it, you can just go along. Oh, there's a spider there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Funny. You guys can, if it gets knocked around again, just respray it. You don't have to fork out $200-300 for someone else to paint it. Paint it with a bit of spray paint or wrap the liner. That way it's nice and coated, and you're not worried about it getting dinged up. So the next one is, majority of Jeeps, these plastics fade on the guards and these little plastic here, and on the bonnet as well. What I did, I just wrapped line mine, but it just makes the Jeep look nice and new, and just a lot tighter. And the wrapped liner just gives it a nice textured finish. Alright, so the last one is going to be a snorkel. Now I absolutely hate these look of the eBay plastic snorkels, but the benefits of having one will definitely outweigh the look of them. I would like to upgrade to a nice stainless enclosed system, but if you own a Jeep and you're going to do any sort of water crossings at all, which water might be coming up water might be coming up towards your bonnet at all, it's essential to have a snorkel. Instead of your intake being here, this Jeep comes out with like this like little suction thing just here, which is stupid. It looks like it's just made to just suck in water. Instead of being here, it makes your intake up here, which is also good because it's going to suck in colder, cleaner air from up here rather than sucking in hot air from your engine bay. But it's going to move your intake up there, so you can do those water crossings and you don't have to worry about your engine sucking in water. As soon as your engine sucks in water, seizes up, gone. $3,000 for a new motor, $125 for a snorkel. Definitely a good upgrade to have if you want to do any sort of water crossings. But as I said, I don't like the look of them, but the benefit of them outweighs look 100%. But one thing I don't like about them as well is I get a lot of wind noise inside the Jeep from the snorkel head, so I'll probably end up changing this one out for a different one. I've seen some pretty cool ones out there. But if you guys got any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. But moving on, so the last mod that I think everybody should be doing, and it's the cheapest as well, and I reckon it's the best mod. is actually take your Jeep off-road before you do any mods whatsoever. Take your stock Jeep off-road. You don't need a modified Jeep to take it off-road and have fun. But one thing you will do and learn is what mods you actually need. Having bigger tyres is awesome, you can go further, but then if you take it off-road you'll also learn if you need mud tyres, you need all-terrains, what kind of tyres you need. And then you can start investing more money into mods that are actually practical and that actually make it a better four-wheel drive as well. And you'll probably actually save a lot of money. I see a lot of people go out there and just buy the best parts that are out there that everybody else has got. But it doesn't actually suit the four-wheel driving you might be doing. For me, having big steel bumpers, having big 40s, having big mud grapplers, it looks cool. But for the driving I'm doing, having a lighter Jeep outweighs the benefits or the looks of having the bigger, heavier tyres, the big mud grappler tyres, because I do a lot of beach driving. So having thinner tyres driving through sand actually works better than having big chunky mud grapplers. Mud grapplers will probably work as like a plough and just like kind of dig you into the sand and you end up bogged more often. And adding the extra weight of steel bumpers as well, more weight on the sand will probably drop it down a little bit more. It just adds more. So take it off-road, then you can learn exactly what mods you need, and you'll figure out how to drive your vehicle as well. Because Jeep standard are actually pretty damn good. You see the guys with the World War II Jeeps, the Willy Jeeps, they didn't have any massive mods, they didn't have light bars on the front of their Jeeps, they didn't have 40-inch tyres, they didn't have a 6-inch lift, anything like that. They just took it off-road and it smashed it. It won the war pretty much. We'll just say the Willys Jeep won the war pretty much. But it started the Jeep family, and that was a stock Jeep. So don't feel bad about having a stock Jeep or a slightly modified Jeep with these mods we've just talked about. Take it off-road, experience that Jeep life, figure out what mods you need, and then you can start modding it. But these mods that I've just talked about are really cheap, they won't break the bank, and they will make it a better four-wheel drive. Nothing I've just talked about will disadvantage you whatsoever. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. And the last thing I want to talk about is that I want to look at making some cheap Jeep stickers, maybe something like this. But if one of you guys is like a graphic designer or a screen printer or something like that, please let me know. I'd love to work with one of you guys and create the new cheap Jeep logo. And also let me know if you guys would be interested in buying some stickers as well, and maybe create some t-shirts as well, cheap Jeeper or 9 to 5 built on the front and the back, but having some cool logos will be cool. Having some stickers, also let me know if you guys would be interested in buying those as well. Maybe create like a cheap Jeep nation, a family all around the world, but let me know what you guys think. It's just an idea. But I wouldn't mind some stickers if it's just for my Jeep. You guys don't have to buy them. But if you guys are interested, please let me know in the comments. But if you're a graphic designer, an illustrator, screen printer, whatever you might be, please leave a comment below with your email address and I'll get in contact with you. And then we can work together of creating a new cheap logo. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments of what you think about this video. And if you did like these videos, smash the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.